Today I'm going to share all of our homeschool curriculum picks for my second grader. Hey guys, welcome back to day 3 of our back to school series, an annual celebration that I have here on our channel to celebrate August and the back to school season. I am posting videos every single day this week with back to school content, in particular my curriculum picks for each one of my kids. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway at the end of this week. Details about it are down below, but I am going to be gifting one of you a back to school homeschool mom survival kit. A box, a care package full of my personal favorites, items, and little treats for a homeschool mom to start her school year right. Now, details about the giveaway are listed down below in the description box, but in order to enter, just watch each of the videos this week in the back to school series and comment on each one of them with the question of the day that I will be sharing at the end of this video. Alright, so now that we have all that out of the way, let me introduce myself in case you're new around here. My name is Sarah and I am the homeschool mom to 5 kids. They range in age from 1 to 14. We are entering our 10th year of homeschooling, and today I want to talk all about my second grader, Mariah. She is 8 years old and she is a hands-on learner. She learns best by doing, and so I choose curriculums for her that have a lot of hands-on manipulatives or hands-on activities and projects because this is just the way that she learns best. I am by no means a hands-on learner. I am a very visual learner, but teaching Mariah in this style has been a little bit challenging for me, but also very enjoyable. I have seen myself kind of have to think outside the box to teach her new concepts, and it has made me fall in love with learning all the more. Now, with Mariah, I tend to take a little bit more of a Charlotte Mason approach than I have with my other homeschool kids. I have really done school with very low pressure for her. We really did very few things formally until she was 6 years old. I definitely like to go at her pace, and I like to lay a very broad feast of subjects for her. Let her have a little bit more control over what we are studying and the pace of which we are studying, and give her lots of opportunities of different areas to learn. Now, I share all of that because you are going to see this in my curriculum picks for her. Obviously, you saw there is a huge stack of books here. We by no means do each one of these subjects every single day. We do little bits here and little bits there. Again, a lot of this I let Mariah take the lead, but let's just jump right in and go through subject by subject. Let's begin by talking about math. If you've been around our channel for a while, you know that we are a Math UC family, and so Mariah will be continuing with Math UC this fall. She has just a few more lessons in Alpha that she was doing last year in first grade, probably like 4 or 5 lessons left. And then she is going to be moving into beta, probably end of September to October. Math UC is a wonderful fit for Mariah because it has such a hands-on approach for math. It comes with their wonderful manipulatives, and then I add in more hands-on activities to go along with each one of her lessons. So I've talked about these Treasures from Jennifer boards before. This is their 2-sided number board. We like to use these with little wooden beads or pom-poms. She likes to trace these, put different manipulatives on each of the numbers. It's just a fun hands-on activity. Speaking of number boards, we also absolutely love having a 100 board around. This is something I have her do every single day. Sometimes she'll put little manipulatives and count to 100. Sometimes she'll use dry erase markers and write on here and do skip counting, skip count by 2s or skip count by 5s, things like that. We also do a lot of other manipulatives, counting bears or counting objects, all kinds of things to make math hands-on. I have other games and different things that we supplement with. If you would be interested in me devoting an entire video to our favorite math manipulatives, let me know. I could definitely maybe do that this fall. And then also, whenever I talk about Math-U-See, I always mention one of our must-haves, and this is a personal DVD player. Last year I purchased one of these for each one of my kids, and it has been an invaluable investment. They use these to watch their weekly Math-U-See DVDs and other subjects where they have DVD lessons. This is really helpful because they can watch their DVDs on their time without bothering anybody. They can just plug in their headphones and listen. They can watch the DVD as many times as they need to without having to turn on the big TV or ask for permission or anything like that. I know that Math-U-See also offers all of their lessons online when you buy their curriculum, but we prefer to use the DVDs. All right, moving on to language arts. First up, you guys have heard us talk about this a lot with Mariah, Happy Cheetah Reading. This is an all-in-one language arts program. It is the core of language arts that I do with Mariah. She is currently in book 2. This is called Cub Walking Workbook, and she will be moving into Cub Running Workbook number 3, probably mid-year to the spring. If you are interested in hearing more about Happy Cheetah, I have flip through videos and review videos here on my channel. I will make sure to link those down below. But we absolutely love all of the little readers that come with Happy Cheetah. Mariah just loves the size of these and loves the content. But supplementing with some extra reading, we do like to do that. Other readers that we will use alongside of Happy Cheetah. First of all, I love for her to use the Sing, Spell, Read, and Write readers. This was the phonics curriculum that I used with Noah and Leah when they were in elementary school. It's just very nostalgic. It's become just a family tradition. And so even though I'm not formally using this curriculum with Mariah, I do have her read several of the readers from that program. I like the way they go through phonetically and do all of the different sounds. I'm going to have her read a ton of these I Can Read It All by Myself beginner books. Any of these books that you find at the library or at the bookstore that have the little Cat in the Hat label up in the corner, these are great for second grade for them to be able to read pretty independently. So for example, Robert the Rose Horse, or A Fly Went By, or Put Me in the Zoo. All of these type of books, she will be reading these as well. Now, Happy Cheetah is an all-in-one language arts curriculum. You don't need to add anything else with it, but in Ralston homeschool style, we like to supplement. Mariah loves handwriting, so I am going to have her go ahead and do, sorry, it's still in the plastic. I hope it's not too shiny. She's going to do handwriting without tears, printing power. This is the grade 2 level. It also comes with this Kickstart to Cursive workbook in here. And then they also sent her this little writing journal. I'm not sure what we'll use this for yet. Maybe some little written narrations, illustrations, things like that. Last year, she made it through these entire workbooks in like 2 months. So I have a feeling she will fly through these. The other language arts supplement that I went ahead and purchased for her were the next couple of books in Explode the Code. This is something that she just likes to work on independently. It reinforces some of those phonics concepts, and it's nice for her to do when I'm working with other kids or doing something with the toddlers and she still needs to work on school. She can work on a couple of pages in these workbooks all by herself. So I went ahead and bought number 3 and number 4. We'll see if she needs me to buy any more mid-year. We can always add on. And then moving on to basically all of the other subjects: history, geography, science, basically everything except language arts and math, we are going to be using Gather Round Homeschool. Now, I will link my video that I did on Monday where I discussed what Gather Round units we are going to tackle this year and how I plan to use it with each one of my kids. But just for Mariah specifically, we use Gather Round as a family subject, as a big part of the core of our homeschool. So Mariah will listen to the teacher guide. She will be doing the early reader pages to start out the year, and we'll probably be moving into early elementary school notebooking pages by, late fall, mid-year. Now, I do allow Mariah to skip a lot of the language arts worksheets in her notebook because obviously we are covering language arts with a lot of our other curriculum. curriculum. But that being said, Gather Round is the core of her day. It is really what we spend the most time on day in and day out. And so I will really be focusing on adding in a lot of living and picture books to go along with our Gather Round studies with Mariah, and a lot of hands-on activities. She really loves doing experiments and nature journals and art projects and sensory bins. And so I will heavily rely on the suggested hands-on activities in Gather Round, and then I will also be coming up with a lot of my own as well. All right, so in addition to our Gather Round units, the other thing that I am planning on tackling just with Mariah are their mini history units, U.S. History 1 and U.S. History 2. We have about 10 lessons or so left in the U.S. History 1, so we'll probably finish that first semester, and then we will jump into U.S. History 2 probably in January. Now, this is not something I'm doing as a group subject. This is something just Mariah and I are going to do together, read through the teacher guide and do the worksheets. I love their history curriculum, especially for these younger elementary school years, and so we will be doing this specifically for history with Mariah this year. All right, so next up, nature journaling. Yes, this is its own subject in our house. This is something I really like to focus on, especially in elementary school. So this year, I'm providing myself with a little bit more structure, a little bit more framework, and I am planning on using Exploring Nature with Children, a complete year-long curriculum. If you are not familiar with this curriculum, welcome to the club. I am really just starting to wrap my brain around it and get familiar with it. But basically, it provides you with weekly prompts that you can use as a framework for your nature journaling. It gives you ideas for hands-on activities, suggestions for a weekly nature walk, poetry, art study, even long book lists of picture books that you can use to supplement with your nature journaling. I think that this is going to be a great tool for me to kind of up our game in our nature journaling this year, be a little bit more purposeful, be a little bit more consistent. So I'm really excited to jump into this in the fall. So electives and extras. As I mentioned in my video on Monday about Gather Round, I am planning on finishing up the artists unit this year with the kids as our fine arts study. We have really enjoyed this unit. We are about halfway through it at this point, and we use this unit a little bit differently than we do our other Gather Round units. We only do this one day a week, normally on Fridays, and we jump in head first and do a big art project to go along with each one of the lessons. And so Mariah will be using the artists unit as her fine arts for this year. In addition to that, all of my older kids take piano lessons every week, so she will be continuing with those. And then we cover a lot of our other subjects or extras in our morning time. Now, I'm not going to detail what we have in our morning basket or in our morning time in this video because honestly, it changes a lot through the year. I tend to change or update our morning basket season by season, and so that is something I'm planning on sharing here on our channel this year. I am planning on doing quarterly morning basket updates and sharing what is in our morning basket with you guys in the fall, in the winter, in the spring. So if you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss those videos. Now, lastly, as part of an extra, I do want to talk about Bible. Bible is not something I normally like to consider as part of our homeschool because Bible is just part of our family culture. It is part of our daily walk with the Lord. It is something we would do whether we were homeschooling or not. But I did want to include what Mariah is going to do for her Bible study this year just as a reference for you guys. So Mariah is going to be reading through the Beginner's Bible, Timeless Children's Stories. My kids like to call this the googly eye Bible because they think the characters have like googly eyes, those little craft dot eyes you can use. But Mariah is going to be able to read this on her own. And so most mornings I will just ask her to go and read one of the stories on her own independently and tell me about it. Some mornings I may also have her read it aloud to me. We will just see how that goes. But this will be her Bible study for second grade. All right, guys, well, that is all of the formal curriculum that I'm planning on using for second grade for the 2021-2022 school year. There is a lot more that I'm planning on doing with Mariah, in particular hands-on activities, games, manipulatives, things like that, especially to go with our Gather Round units. So be sure to check out my plan and prep videos that I create to go with each one of our Gather Round units. They will be coming throughout the school year. All right, so don't forget about the giveaway. Leave a comment down below answering the question of the day, which is this: what was the name of your second grade teacher? Maybe you were homeschooled and your teacher's name was Mom. Or maybe you were public schooled like me and your teacher's name was Mrs. Diekman. Mrs. Diekman, thank you. So let's just leave some love for our second grade teachers. Leave their name down below and that will count as today's entry for the Homeschool Mom Survival Kit or care package that I will be giving away next week. I hope that you guys are excited and getting geared up for back to school. See you later. Careful, where's your clothes? Oh, you are hot and sweaty. Oh my goodness. And dirty. Were you having fun outside?
It's a baby.
It's a baby on there. That baby is you.
Boy.
Yeah, it's a girl.
A mama.
And a mama. That's right. You see mama and a baby. All right, go sissy. Hit the road, Jack.